What's going on, Choice Nuggers? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the show. This week I was on vacation again, so you're going to get part 3 if you've been listening to the vacation series. So the last week was our Mostly Bitches female empowerment episode. This week I had a couple of friends on that I go way back with. They were actually in my wedding party. Well, actually, shit, I wasn't supposed to say that, but whatever. So we had a good time. It's a lot of, close stories. We tried to tell the stories in a way that anybody listening could easily follow along. So if you're into shenanigans, this is going to be a good episode. I laughed a lot while we were doing this episode, so I think you're really going to like it. We talk a lot about our former band that we were all in together, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. So buckle up, grab something to smoke on, make sure you're blazing up with us. For Choice Nugs only, tune in, smoke out. All right, we have a special treat for you today. I'm just kidding. It's not every day that we have some celebrities in the house. So I have two out of 5 members of the group from the early 2000s in the circle.
Let's go. We out here.
Music legends.
And hands and feet. Praise Jesus.
So this is part 3 of my vacation special. So today I've got K back, Agent K, and we got Hawaii. That's your nickname, so we can use that, right?
We can just use Hawaii as a right. I can give you my government name, but no one really cares about that. So.
Your slave name?
Miguel.
Shit, Jesus Christ.
Right. It's empty.
Fuck, we're off to a fucking shitty start already. Anyway, so yeah, In the Circle was our group back in the day. You guys want to talk about that, or should we talk about something else?
I'm down to talk about In the Circle.
Yeah,
because that's where we like it.
I did most of the pictures. I didn't play at all inside the band.
I always liked you, yeah.
Yeah, I
did the bong.
I did one.
The congas.
I think one chorus line.
I always pulled for you to play the fucking drums, dude.
And right when we were about to do it, we lost the place.
Yeah, we had a cool rehearsal space that we found like pills and shit. I think did somebody end up taking those?
Yeah.
I think you ended up.
It was a murder scene.
There's like a couch. It was like a warehouse. It looked like a cool music video set, and we had it for about 2 weeks before we lost it.
We couldn't pay for it.
Oh, did we lose our equipment too, or the guy held it, right? You held it until we
I
had
don't
to
even
pay.
know if we had that much equipment.
Yeah,
we were probably we probably didn't even have enough to cover a portion of what.
No, but we
owed.
left a lot of it at Nick's house.
Oh,
remember Nick's house
right.
in Bridgewater?
Right,
we
yeah.
put a bunch over there.
Yeah. So we got to talk about that as well. Shit, this is a good way to this a little history right here. So then once we got rid of the studio space, what was it before or after that we ended up? What are you doing? Before or after we shit, you just threw off my train of thought. God damn it. Before or after that we recorded in Austin.
That was after.
Oh, wait.
When
we recorded the demo in Austin.
We had the studio and then we recorded.
Yeah, because I think we recorded.
Oh yeah, we had to practice first. So.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I have the
my
CDs
God.
too.
We could put fucking.
Yeah, we gotta put a sample on.
Put a sample of this shit. Oh Jesus!
You should do your introduction in the Circle song.
You guys let me name the song "Garden Amidst the Battlefield." What the fuck were we thinking? In the Circle. I just remember we called it "In the Circle" and Ryan said because that's where we like it. That was like. Oh shit!
Story.
I have a whole bag of these at my house.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
I remember
one bag.
Do you remember we were signing them?
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
fucking
right.
cool.
Yeah,
You should auction
we were
them
signing
off.
them, giving them to each other.
Have you heard this? I don't think you've heard this yet.
Oh,
we'll
we
have to
gotta
play
play
this
it.
after. Yeah, fuck. I can't.
Well, we gotta give
Yeah.
him a song.
There will be.
No, those are better. Those are like when I was more. This is like us at our very beginning. Plus, I think like some of those are your brother's songs that I was trying to sing
Dan
too.
had 2 songs or something.
He had
like that.
good. He wrote good songs,
I
but
wrote
they
a
were
really
always
good
too
song.
hard for me to
Remember
sing.
on the
Oh, yeah.
plastic paper
And
plate.
nobody believed you that
No.
you did.
Yeah, and it actually was a great song. I just,
We were like, you didn't write that. You're like, I did.
Right.
And we were like, all right, well,
It
fuck
took me
shit.
about a month.
We're like, you know, if we play this and this is somebody else's song, we'll get sued, right? You know how plagiarism works?
I was,
I was the singer,
He's the lead singer.
and I played acoustic guitar occasionally. Jameson was the guitarist.
Well, one of the guitarists.
Well, you were originally the original guitarist.
yeah.
Yep.
And then Hawaii was percussions.
yeah.
Matt played drums, and then Dan played bass. And then they met when they were living at a
In
different.
Middleborough, we were living in Middleborough. I think we met Nick. Or did we meet Nick? Oh,
You
we
met him
Nick
in
at
like Easton at the
Easton,
Tedeschi's. He was
Tedeschi's.
working as a
Oh,
clerk.
Yeah,
That's right.
Remember that night I went there? I thought I won $2,000 on a scratch ticket, and he was clerking that night. And we were talking to him. I was like, I just won $2,000. And he read the ticket, and he's like, "Sir, you didn't win any money." I was so pumped for like that.
Was
split
it
second.
then that you were like, you want to be in our band?
I think it
You're
was
so wise.
right. How'd you know that?
So yeah, so we fucking I got ahead of myself. We record in Alston. We have creepy Richard who's trying to get me. I was a teenager at the time, and he was trying to get me to go back to his house
like
to
15.
record. Yeah, he's like, you should come up. You can come up by yourself and stuff. Like he just kept pushing on me to come up by myself. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool, man.
Right.
Like I'll come up with the guys. Like we're
Yeah,
good.
right.
And then I think that's
VIP.
where this came from. And we recorded somewhere else too, but I don't know what ever happened. If anything.
No, we only did
you
one
went
CD.
in-
Yeah, but we
Jay
recorded in
recorded
Brookline
another
too.
song.
Oh, with Eric, right?
Yeah, because
Oh,
we
yeah.
he had a class that he needed help. Like
Yeah,
he had to
oh,
record.
You guys
So
went to an actual studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice
Who has-
studio you guys
Who
went
has
to.
that? Did we make?
I
a
don't know
CD?
if we actually recorded anything.
I thought you
for
had
that.
one song. You already.
I'd love to listen to that.
I don't
Yeah.
know if we ever actually ended up finishing with something. I'll have to text him and see.
Definitely.
Reach out to him when we released. Shit.
In the circle.
Ugh,
Somewhere
man.
in like.
Call him up like, hey man, you want to get back into the recording industry?
Somewhere in Europe, that's a
We
big-
found the demo
for
five
In the
tracks
Circle.
right there, right? They actually DJ with those
Yeah, we
songs.
gotta play.
Imagine
we
we
gotta
put it
play
up
one
and somebody's
song.
like, hey, I found this shit. We got to play one song. I'll
Yeah.
put
Well,
it
like for
Hey, we'll
like
put,
for
a
this
link in the
podcast.
podcast.
for the
You come,
podcast.
you can come
right?
buy a CD.
Just like play him one song.
Play it right now. I
well,
don't know.
no, I mean at some point, maybe for the outro.
For the outro. I could probably. Oh, I need to get a
Everybody
computer
all
with
went to
it.
that.
But I
phase.
want to hear the songs again. I forget like what the song list is.
Well, we'll find. I think there's a CD player right there. We can play it here after.
Hey, how
Once
about we just ask Google to play a song?
play?
Play in
Hey
the
Google,
circle.
can you play In the Circle? I'm like,
Like,
what the
What?
fuck?
They actually have our songs?
Yeah, because that's where we like it. Oh shit! So then, then we still haven't even gotten to the most exciting part. So we form the band. We start to get good. We break up because of whatever. We just couldn't afford this rehearsal space. So I think that was pretty much the end. It was
Yeah,
the
I went to a
rehearsal
new
space.
band.
Yeah.
You went to a new band.
Just kidding.
You're tired of being undervalued as a fucking Congo player.
Yeah, right. Taking pictures all day. Yeah, you're gonna set out this song.
I remember
Great.
Ashley like painted me a portrait too. We had
That's
our
right.
own fan.
Yes.
She was our biggest fan.
Remember
our
she
only
made the
fan.
pipe?
I know.
No.
Remember she made that wooden pipe? I made a wooden pipe at school, and then she like drew on it and stuff. But she had like people playing it. When there was like a guitar player and then a drummer.
No.
No,
That sounds
I don't know
dope
if I
though.
saw that either.
Really? I think we. All
I remember
smoked
your
out of that.
picture. Do you still have that?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I kept that,
That
shit.
was
Of
actually a
course,
good picture.
It's a fucking painting of me. Of course,
Oh,
I
you
kept
She made
it.
she made a great
Yeah.
I'm gonna
that
put-
token CD. Ashley, remember that token
Yeah,
CD?
yeah.
What token CD?
When we all lived, when Dan
We were in
Warren used to live
Middleborough.
over.
Oh, is it Middleborough or in Easton?
I think that was in
We usually don't
Oh.
say people's names, but I don't give a fuck about Dan Moran, so
Oh yeah, fuck you, Dan Warren. I'm just kidding.
bitch.
I don't know why he doesn't accept my friend request on Facebook.
Well, he just straight up stopped answering my phone calls. He can suck my dick. I don't give a fuck if he hears this.
I don't think he listens to it.
Yeah,
anymore.
he's not gonna hear it anyway.
Well, I'm gonna send him.
I'm gonna
this
tell
podcast.
him. I'm gonna tell him to listen
think
to
you
this.
should listen to the
Yeah,
podcast I
right.
did.
Yeah, right. We did a special feature with you in
He'll
it.
just fucking shake that penis-shaped head of his. So anyway, we still haven't gotten to the best part. So we get this guitarist to join His name was Nick something.
Don't say it.
Well, I mean,
I know what
it's
it
in
is.
fucking.
It's Polalis.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, he's in
Southway,
fucking jail. It's not like, I mean, it's not the dude
Oh yeah,
got.
go ahead. So Nick Polalis.
So our guitarist, after the band broke up, apparently he was so distraught he went and stabbed somebody to death. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
That's not what happened.
But he
Right.
He really did
Right.
kill. Yeah, he really did kill
It
somebody.
should have been self-defense though, because the guy like jumped him or something.
It sounded like self-defense from what I read.
Yeah.
I went back. He might be getting out soon.
I thought he got life. He didn't. Get life?
I don't know if he got life. We'll have to look it up
I
after.
think it was just like manslaughter. Like
Yeah.
But
Because
yeah, I
they
mean, there was
tried
like
jumping
5
him.
or 6 dudes that
Yeah.
like were on his road or something,
Yeah.
and they like jumped him, and he
They
was
like
trying to defend
flagged him
himself.
down while someone was changing a tire.
Yeah.
I think it went down. They
Something
flagged
like
him.
that. He was like a metal hippie. Like he was
Yeah.
always like
yeah,
he
he
was
would
really
never
cool.
hurt anyone.
yeah, he was cool shit.
You know.
So shout
Wonder
out
if
to
he
Dick. We
can,
should probably go visit him.
Yeah,
since
definitely.
we were his
Find
Maybe
band
all the
mates.
proceeds we get from this podcast.
I have a
help him
good.
out.
Somewhere I have a guitar that he tagged
I'm
up
gonna
with
see if
like
I
a
can
silver
find where he
Sharpie,
is.
Did he?
and he like tagged
Do you
tagged
still
it
have
all
all your
up.
old guitars?
I have. I mean, I have my acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
and then I have. I think that's it. I don't think. Oh
Excuse me.
damn! Look at those
Wow.
muscles.
Wow,
There
Holy
it
face.
shit!
is.
We're looking at a
He was holding
a
his breath
painting
in that
of me.
picture.
So
Should we
looking
take a
all
picture?
cool.
Oh wait, can I take
Yeah.
a picture of it?
Looking super cool right now.
Can we take a picture and put it in the
Oh,
link of this
Jesus.
podcast?
Put it in the.
So we'll put it. I got it. Thank you.
Swipe up if you want to follow me.
That's when I had my little chin strap thing here. Amy, should I do that again? No, that looks gross.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah, but yeah, dude, homie fucking killed somebody, and then
Yeah.
is so.
Solo.
He's
now
in jail now.
So-
We should have
I
kept
want to
that
try to
band.
find him.
If we were, I think, we were like more dedicated to it. I think we would have been great because we were a great band.
I mean, we were pretty good getting started out.
We were.
We would have
Jameson
had
was
to.
a really good guitarist.
Yeah, well, the
That's
two of them
alright.
combined were good.
Yeah.
Like Jake,
No.
Nick was
Nick
really
was
good
good 'cause
though.
he could
could
hear
really
it.
pick.
Yeah.
well, he
like-
could play like
you
the
had a good
heavier
pick.
shit.
Huh.
Like he added the heavier riffs, and you would
Yeah.
do like the
Yeah.
you would write all the John Mayer type shit. The fuck is this cat staring at me for?
That's so big.
So this is the day removed from the Patriots losing.
I know.
That was fucking terrible.
You know what? Anybody that is just upset with that loss, you're not really a true Patriots fan. We've won so many of them. It's just I don't understand. You know, I'm pretty excited that I was able to witness such a great legacy.
Bill Belichick himself would be fucking proud of that statement.
Yeah, on to Buffalo. Just kidding.
On to Buffalo. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best game played. I mean, they played them tough. Until the end, it was a 1-point game.
I know.
But I just couldn't believe when they
we
fucking
usually
ran
like
the same.
we usually like crush Tennessee.
Well, they ran the same fucking play like three plays in a row and it didn't do shit.
No
When they
way.
were- when the goal line, when they were trying to rush it in from the one,
Yeah.
it was the same fucking play like 3 times in a row.
What,
Might have been to the
Patriots
other
did
side.
it?
Yeah, the Patriots tried to run it
That
in
wa-
from the one,
It was so crazy.
and then they didn't go for it on 4th.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was crazy that they ran 2 plays, first and second, run play. They should have threw it.
Sorry. No, I just found this on
Yeah,
Nick.
update.
Do you want to just if you read the top part or just the first paragraph, it kind of highlights the whole.
So, Nick Palalis is on trial in Brockton Superior Court facing murder and other charges in the death of 20-year-old Dalton Goulart in 2011.
No, but read the first paragraph.
He told police he was being attacked by at least 5 people when he took out a knife out of his pocket and began swinging it during a chance encounter that turned into a deadly fight in Middleborough in 2011. So, is he still... I think he's still there, right?
So wait, did he get sentenced?
Yeah, does it say? Yeah.
I think it says
I want to find out where he
sentencing.
went, like what jail.
I don't think it
Imagine
tells
he's
you
at
that for
Concord.
that.
Derek Fennell just became a CEO.
Oh yeah, I know. Matt know. Oh yeah, Matt would know him. I was just saying if he was at Matt's spot,
Right.
but Matt would have said
Bring
something.
my guitar.
Like, bring my baby back.
But he has all of our equipment, like all of our speakers and shit.
He probably had to sell it for
They're
court
all
fees.
at his
Yeah.
house.
He probably had to sell it
Yeah.
for court fees. We should show up at the prison and be like, "Hey man, how's it going? So you still have all that equipment and shit?
Right. Right.
And can we get that?
I'm gonna need that back.
I don't. It doesn't say. It doesn't
Yeah.
say. We'll have to find something
we'll
to update.
find
That's
it.
probably from fucking old too.
Oh yeah, 2011.
Fuck.
Robin,
Where did
what's the
that?
name of that cat?
Dang. That cat is like tripping me out with its eyes. Its
I
eyes
know.
keep going fucking.
So adorable.
Yeah, we're at my mom's house, fucking sitting on the couch.
In his old bedroom. Pretty cool.
This is kind of my old bedroom.
Mine's too.
I would just get home drunk and be like, I'm not going into bed. I just lay on the couch and pass out.
I have a story to tell.
Go ahead.
All right. So last night I went to the bar.
Talk a little bit closer so I can hear your beautiful voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
nice.
nice.
You like that?
I like that.
Sound like Barry White.
Hey.
Let's get it on.
You
That
do
was
have
great.
a nice deep voice.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, sound like Delilah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So,
Can I say one thing first?
yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
He's at the Plymouth House of Corrections.
oh, right up the street.
Yeah. It says look, it's like whatever happened to Middleborough murder suspect.
It's like
they pulled.
2013.
That's when he got beat
dude,
up.
He got big. He was skinny.
Well, that's when it happened. That's the
Wow.
punch. He got punched in the face.
Wow.
All right.
All right, so
Sorry,
listen
Mike.
to the story. No, it's all right. So last night I went to Joe Angelo's. It's a bar downtown Brockton, and I was out there with a bunch of friends and stuff. And there was this guy. He was walking in with another guy, and you could tell that the guy was holding the other dude up. He had a cane. And
Can I pause you for 2
Yeah,
seconds?
definitely.
I know what story I want you to tell too. Before I forget, I want to find out how you got that acid. Don't forget to tell that story.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
Continue.
What, in Boston?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got you. All right, so last night, this guy walks in, he has a cane, and this other guy's holding him, walking him in. So I saw that. I could tell he was, like, struggling a little bit. So I went to the door, and I was like, do you need help? I'm like, yeah, I can help me out. He's like, this is my uncle. He has Lyme disease. And when I was walking him in, like, the dude can't move his legs. Like, I don't really know what Lyme disease is or what it does to you, but, like, he couldn't walk. So I had helped the guy to come inside, and what I noticed was that he pissed his pants. You know, and it was like the craziest thing. So we bring him to the bar, we have him sitting on the bar for a while, and he ends up falling out of his chair. Crazy, the craziest thing ever happened. Falls out of his chair, hits his head off the bowl, like one of the bar stools, you know, hits the deck. We pick him up and stuff. Like, he's like, yeah, I got Lyme disease. It sucks. It's the worst thing. Legit, I thought like just opening the door for him would just be like, that's it. I had to take the guy home that night.
Are you kidding me?
And last night I had to get him into his house. His 9-year-old father was waiting at the door. He was pissed off. He was like, you shouldn't have went out drinking. I tell you this, you can't do these things. You go out drinking, and now you have these two strangers bringing you to your house at 1:30 in the morning. It was absolutely crazy. From what I thought was just holding the door open for a good Samaritan, turns into bringing this dude home 1:30 in the morning, meeting his dad, and he pissed his pants again, dude, in the bar, like leaving. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it like blew my mind. Like, how this happened to me. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like a small.
So you don't do nice things for people.
That's exactly.
Who was the other person?
How old is he?
The guy was 54 years old.
He
When I
was
was
54.
talking to the guy, he was like, I had a beautiful house in Easton. I had a family, cars. I ended up getting Lyme disease and lost everything.
Is Lyme
Really?
disease not something
That-
you can come back from?
You can't cure it.
Didn't your dad get Lyme disease?
Yeah, I don't think you can cure it, but you can like
Oh, that's my phone. It's all right.
Oh,
you
can
can
hear
keep
on
it
here.
from like flaring up or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, so you have it forever?
Yeah,
you
I
have it forever,
I
yeah.
never knew exactly what it was. I didn't even know that it made you paralyzed like that. Because like his legs worked, but he couldn't use them. And I don't know if it was because he was like drunk and he like didn't have enough energy or anything like that.
Right.
So like I was coaching him. I'm like,
So who brought him there?
this guy Ben. All right, so I met this guy Ben like once in my entire life. All right, once.
So you knew the guy that brought him in?
Yeah, I knew the guy that brought him in. That's where I kind of got up. Well, I didn't know at the time that I knew him, but like Craig, I was with my buddy Craig, and Craig was like, "Oh, this is Ben. You met him before at Colin's house." So I was like, "Oh, all right." So he's like, "Dude, I really appreciate you coming to the door and helping me out." He's like, "This guy needs to go use the bathroom," and I'm like, "We're at."
Oh, did you have to hold his dick?
Dude, yeah. No, so it was just crazy because like we picked him up and like he's taking forever to walk there. He ends up just pissing right there in the middle of the bar. Pees his pants, dude, in the middle of the bar. I couldn't believe it. And then when I had to carry him in his house, I had to carry him by his legs, dude. His pants all in my hands, dude. This was last night.
Who were you with?
This happened after
Who
we
drove
lost.
you home? Like, who'd you drive with?
I went with this dude, the guy Ben, that I met once in my life.
Oh, you went with him to help the guy.
Well, he was like, dude, you mind coming with me for the ride? And I'm like, no. But, like, I had to, so I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And I was already half in the bag myself. So we have 3 drunk guys trying to bring this dude that's just basically paralyzed. Can't move. So we end up picking him up. He's like, my shoulder's broken. Yelling this dude. And I'm like, I don't care. Get in this house. It was wild night. I got home at 3 in the morning. It was bad.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that was my night last night. You know,
Well, that was a good story.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to find out how you got the acid as of right now.
Did I ever tell you this story?
Lyme disease, it's treatable if you treat it, but if you don't treat it, it goes to your nervous system.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Lyme disease is treatable if you treat it, but if you don't, it goes to your nervous system. Oh.
Yeah, I think my dad caught it right away.
Well, wasn't he working or something?
Yeah, he got it from a
probably-
tick, outside.
So
But
they
I think
probably
he
were on
got
it.
medication.
Do you actually get like is there like a warning before you
You
actually
get the
boom?
you get the bullseye shape. Like, it's just a red, like, circle. Yeah.
Wow.
So how long?
that's
how long would you
yeah.
have to do it? I'm wondering. Like,
That's just so crazy. Like he waited that long. Like, come on.
He probably
dude.
just never did anything.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
it just took
I just
over his
couldn't believe it
system.
because but the guy when he sat down, he's like, I need your number and your name so I can call you and thank you tomorrow. And I'm saying, nah, you're all right. Don't do that. Yeah, right. Don't ever call me to help you
like
out.
hey, Mike, I'm at a bar. I need some help
Right.
here.
My legs aren't working. You want to come over and pick me up?
Like, I
just pissed my
I
pants.
just pissed myself again.
Yeah.
Dude, you could just fucking strap him to your back like Hodor in Game of Thrones.
Seriously, one of the kids did that last night, and I'm like, this dude's gonna slip up his hands and fall again outside.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Just
it was-
drag his ass from bar to bar as he pisses himself.
Oh my!
Leaving a
well,
snail
he
trail.
got kicked out of Harry's pub, Westgate Lanes, and the guy, instead of bringing him home, he's like, "Oh, let's bring him to Joe's." I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
Right.
the dude's already drunk, as you can tell. You know, when he got in the car, the guy was like, "Yeah, my dad's gonna be so upset."
Oh my god!
Like, his dad's poking him with the cane, like, "Get your ass in this house!" Wow, it was. Yeah, that was my night. Last
Jesus.
night. One of my many entertaining nights that I have.
All right, well, I want to hear how you got the acid. Because
All
you
right.
were supposed to call me back and you never did, so I
Yeah.
thought you had just fucking gone off
That
to another
was
dimension.
probably-
Yeah, what was
the-
this about? What acid?
All right, so I had one time went out to Boston with Craig and a whole bunch of people, and we were just gonna go walk the streets of Boston and like drink, and then like maybe go cast a few. We had brought fishing poles with us because down at the harbor, there's usually striped bass in there and stuff. So we wanted to throw a few cast out just to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we're walking around the streets of Boston. And these skater kids, right? There's like 4 or 5 of them skating, doing tricks, video cameras, all this cool stuff. My buddy Craig stops them, and like we're talking to them back and forth, and like getting real cool with them, smoking blunts, just chilling. We're at 7-Eleven. I had to get cigarettes. So when I come out, someone says like, "Oh, I got acid," and it was like just mad random. And then I looked at one kid, and his eyes were just out of his head, like you could tell he was on acid.
Right.
So I'm like, "Whoa, no way!" So I look at Craig and I'm like, would you be upset if I took some acid right now? Because like we're supposed to go out there and hang out, like not
Right.
babysit me while I'm on acid, But Craig's like, I don't give a shit, whatever. So
How many tabs did you take?
I only took 1 tab, which was absolutely awesome because I had one of the best trips.
I feel like 1 is like 2 is like when I did it.
Yeah.
I've done like 1. I got to like I felt cool. I felt
Yeah.
warm. But then you do 2 and you're just
It's
like
just
it's too much sometimes.
It's too much,
Yeah.
and like when
especially if you're in the city.
If you're in the city, and like, because usually most people tell you do it with like a bunch of friends that you know and you trust, and do it in a quiet, remote area, so
right.
like you can take walks.
You're
went
just
to the
like
north
fuck that.
end.
I'm gonna do the opposite.
Well,
of that.
in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'll have a good time. And then I'm thinking before I take the acid, I'm like, damn, I had so much fucked up things happen in my life. So like, they say like, don't think about fucked up things. So while I'm taking the tab, I'm thinking about all the fucked up things in my life. And I'm like, this is gonna be so shitty. Like, what am I doing to myself? But it turned out to be a great, like,
Is that when you went to the north end?
nah.
I thought you
Well,
called me one night. You were on
yeah,
acid.
yeah, that was the night I called you
I
because
thought you were at like the festival.
we went to the festival
Yeah,
earlier in the day.
Anthony's-
It was St. Anthony's
Anthony's
Festival.
Festival,
We
yeah.
went there, and then we went to
You don't have to be that close. Happy medium.
Sorry. I just thought you guys really
You're
liked
like-
my voice.
I know,
over
when you
here.
were talking
You're like
about
looking
it,
for
it
the
was like-
clit over there. Like,
Yeah.
It's like
Give him my O face. Oh.
All right, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. No. So anyways.
Yeah, you called me that night.
Yeah, I called Jameson because I was super scared. Because all right,
You texted me, but I don't think you called me. I think you just texted me.
I texted you to tell you, hey, listen, I'm gonna call you tomorrow because I'm tripping on acid. Because most people don't trip on acid when you're in the center of Boston, but
Right.
like I just was like whatever. When I took it, the cleanest high I probably ever got in my life, and I got this. So the kid that I took it from, he was originally from California, but he was up in Boston doing. Him and his friends put a store in for a clothing line in Boston, and so they ended up. They were just on the streets, doing a couple video shoots here and there, and that's when I was like, "Yo, let me get some acid." So I bought it for him, $20, whatever. And
So you just looked at his eyes and you knew, you were like, this guy's got acid.
the dude, I looked at the guy and I was like, "You got ecstasy?" Because his pupils were like, "Wow!"
Yeah, right.
So I was like, "That's so dope. Let me get some ecstasy."
Yeah.
Because that
That would be the move.
would have been definitely the better
Yeah.
move, But he's like, "No, I got acid." I'm like, "Even better. Let's go," So I ended up taking it. Clean trip. Such a great trip. I walk into the bar. We
Yeah.
go to Coogan's. Yeah, Coogan's Dollar Drafts,
So,
baby.
I was gonna say, they're the
Let's
place with
go.
dollar drafts.
Yeah, $20. You have a great night, So
Sorry.
I end up going there, and I can't handle it. I can individually hear people's conversations across the bar while the music's like thumping, boom, boom, and I hear, "Oh, hey, Sam, hey, Karen," all these different things, like just back and forth. So finally, I tell Derek, I'm like, "I can't be in here. I'm going crazy. Like I can hear everything." And he's like, "No, you're fine. You're fine." So finally, I'm like, "Fuck it, I have to leave." I end up just leaving by myself. Derek followed behind me because he's like, "Dude, I can't." Charlestown, murderers out here killing guys and throwing them in the Charles River. Like, you're gonna be the next one. Thank God I'm not. I don't fit the description of,
We just talked about that in the podcast.
Yeah. Did you on one of your podcasts?
It was just like the one I did with it was the mostly bitches female empowerment episode that's going to come out this
Who did you
last
do
week.
that
it'll
with?
be. I did it with my wife and my cousin.
Awesome. I want to hear that.
It'll be up
That's
next week.
dope. Yeah,
that'll be part 2. This will be part 3 of our vacation series.
Yes, I'm so pumped.
So-
I've been wanting to be on one of your podcasts for a long time. I've been mad nervous about it because people ain't gonna.
I
see
feel like
me.
you're a natural.
I know.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
People would listen to your fucking stories all day.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Well, so you leave and he follows you. Did you continue to go
yeah.
out, or where'd you go?
Oh yeah, we walked the streets of Boston. It was absolutely epic. Like the buildings looked so cool. The lights.
That would be dope.
There was so many lights. Then we went down to the harbor, and when you walk down the harbor, there's like that. It's like you look up and it's the American flag. I don't know. It's so hard to explain. But
It's like hanging.
yeah, it's hanging. You walk underneath, and then the harbor's back there. and
Yeah, I
stuff.
know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
The big flag.
The big flag
that's
there.
hangs there,
Looking
yeah.
up, dude, it was so cool seeing this flag, and it was just the lights were awesome. I had the best trip of any time I've ever tripped, being in Boston.
Yeah,
it
that
was.
would be
It
dope.
was such a dope ass trip, but I was making sense. I thought it was making sense. Derek was like, "Dude, some of the shit you said last night was so deep. It was just deep things." And he was like, "But it kind of made sense to me. It was kind of weird, you know." So it was all in all, it was a great trip. But it was just people don't really randomly pick up drugs off of other people because they're always laced with something that's not what you're
Yeah.
taking. But I just completely avoid that out of my brain and just
Yeah.
I take drugs
Just
from random people.
I mean, it's more exciting that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like Russian roulette
You
with your
could
life.
trust. You could trust those guys.
Yeah, well, I figure skater guys. Yeah, they all had
Yeah, I
bands
mean,
on them like that.
Yeah.
They're nice
I
people.
never saw if you're a drug dealer, I never saw the point in lacing shit. It's you want
Ever.
repeat customers, right?
Yeah,
Like,
not even that. Nowadays, you're getting arrested and
Right.
charged for murder. If
charged
you kill
for murder,
people. So
right?
it's
And if somebody dies, plus you lose a customer. It's
Yeah,
I'd rather
yeah.
have a repeat
Right.
customer than
Yeah.
save a
don't-
couple
yeah.
bucks on some drugs. but-
I hate the drug dealers that stomp on their shit like coke or stuff like that. Give me some pure shit, man. Fuck, I'm paying $40 for it.
I remember one time you took acid and you just took a fucking nap and went to sleep on 4th of July.
I sure did, yeah. That was with Beans. Beans My guy Beans.
Jesus, yeah.
He
I
was
forgot
one of the
about
best drug dealers I ever had.
Oh, I remember from West Bridgewater.
that. The
Yeah.
fact that you
Yeah.
still remember his name, I completely
Yeah.
forgot until you said it. I was like, oh yeah, we had a relationship. He was our that was my
That was my
drug
straight
dealer, man.
plug right there. All right, he was coming to with the parties with the helium tanks,
Yeah.
but it had the laughing gas in it. He
Mhm.
$5 a balloon. Oh my god, and then doing whippets all night. Oh, best times of my life.
Oh my
This
god.
happened last week.
But no, that was that the night that there was that the big fight, or not the big
no,
fight when
at JoJo's house.
no I was when you took the acid. That was we were going down to Plymouth for 4th of July, right?
Oh no, that was a different time.
Where were we going? Because I forget where
We
we
were going somewhere.
We were
went
going
to a
somewhere because you
party.
were like in the back seat sleeping. I was
Yeah.
in the back seat with
No, bro, that was when we were going to Palmer.
you. No, that was okay. So we went to.
I don't know if you guys heard that.
You can still hear
Yeah,
it.
you can, just because you whisper that. No, so you took. It was like Saturday morning. I think we had gotten fucked up the night before, and there was a camping trip out in like Western Mass, and it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour ride. And we decided at like 8:30 in the morning that we were gonna just fucking go. And you had taken meth that night.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Dan, if you listen to this podcast, it's my brother. Yeah, I did a lot of bad
This
things
was
in my
years.
life.
This was years.
This
years
was a long,
ago.
long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
This was like
That was a long
before
time.
I had left.
Yeah.
And so you were fucking so sketched out the whole
I thought
ride
cops
up.
were following us for 2 hours. And
You were like,
weren't-
yo, there's somebody in the fucking rearview mirror. I'm like, there's nobody in the
Yo,
fucking
I
rearview,
was
bro.
so
Like,
like just out of like because I didn't go to sleep for 3 days because like so I'm just gonna tell you how it goes down. So back in the day, way like 9 years ago, Daniel. All right, I know you
no,
probably
it was over 9 years
Yeah, it
ago.
was-
I left 10
It
years
was when
ago.
I lived on
Yeah.
Hammond Street.
I left 10 years ago. It was more than 10 years
yeah,
ago.
and this was after like my brother moved out, my
This
mother
was
moved
probably
out.
like 13 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
I was probably 18.
Yeah, I end up we would buy $100. It was $150 for a gram of meth. And we'd have to go all the way to Newton and buy it. But we would stay up for 3 days straight and do meth. And like we'd have the most crispiest clean house because we wouldn't do anything else
Just a bunch
other
of
than
crackheads.
just
clean.
cleaning house, dude, and like blowing glass. Like this dude, Timmy.
Don't
Was,
get it, Jesus. All right, 30.12 because I don't know him, so I got to take that shit out.
okay, sorry, I can't
Why?
say names, right?
fine.
Why can't he say his name?
Just because I don't know him.
Okay,
I mean, I know him, but I'm not. You know what?
all
Fuck
right.
it.
No,
It'll
take
stay
his
in.
name out because now I feel weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
just-
starting talking about
for-
drugs and stuff. You know, I don't want to get anybody
Yeah,
in trouble.
we'll just fucking.
Well, just change his name to Jimmy. Yeah, so
Okay.
Jimmy. Well, anyway,
probably
so I had a
forget
really
anyway.
good podcast. And, I mean, I had a really good connect with this guy, and we would legit just it was a binge that I probably went on for about a month, and then realized that I was going to probably die if I continued down this path. So I
Probably.
switched.
I didn't
up.
realize you were doing it that much.
Yeah, well, honestly, JoJo's house was like the
that when
really
you were in
beginning.
Bridgewater?
JoJo's house was the beginning of my whole episode of like doing
That house
coke
was
and all
like,
that.
yeah, that house was such
I
a
was
shit
bad
show.
news bears when it came to that. Doing
I think
coke,
we all were.
crack and all that. I remember my mom used to walk around asking Jameson like, "Mike's doing hard." Like it was so bad. Like you know what I mean? It just got to that point. I remember Ryan called me and said, "Listen, I don't want to come home to a funeral." I ended up stopping.
Damn.
Like just couldn't
Yeah.
cold turkey because like he was true. He was like, I'm in Alabama. I'm hearing all these things about you all here.
Do you remember
know,
that picture? There was
running
like that
amok.
picture you were holding someone like doing a handstand.
Yeah.
And you were like skinny as
Skinny,
hell, and,
yeah.
like white, like
Yep.
pale white. It
That
was-
looked like shit. That was
'Cause you
one
did
of the.
so much.
I was when Garby would come
yeah,
around.
because you lit that was at
R.I.P., you know?
I know. That was at JoJo's house.
Yeah, it was at JoJo's. He'd come around with bags of coke. Sorry, I'm naming people off. So sorry, but
Well, I mean, you didn't really say his name
yeah.
right, so nobody's gonna be able to take it right.
exactly right. I don't even know. That's not how you say it, right? It's not.
But
I won't practice. Let me try
that house was that party house, dude.
It was. We had some bad incidents.
I took
remember-
mushrooms at a Halloween party that we had
over there. That's when
Oh, was it?
Dominic came by with.
Well, I
trash
took
bags.
ecstasy. We talked about this. I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I took ecstasy. If you've listened to, it was this podcast when we got in that big brawl almost. Well, no, we were breaking shit up with I forget his name, the dude that we knew from church who was like, I'm not into that homo shit.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kev.
that was the Halloween
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
And they
Talk about
punched him.
Halloween.
Yeah, and they punched
Punched
him.
him
And
down
I
the
went to
stairs.
grab. It was like I went to break it up between you and was it Stu?
Yeah.
And he fucking had the knife to me. And we ended up, you were like, Perry, don't. And I looked down. I was like, hey, man, I'm just trying to break shit up.
Yeah,
and then
no,
we ended
yeah.
up all becoming friends.
Why,
Well, we
who
all
had a
bec-
knife to you?
Stewie did.
Dude, yeah.
To you?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Stewie didn't
I
know.
grabbed them to break shit up, and like when I grabbed him, I was like, "Hey man, chill out," and he fucking Hawaii was like, "Perry, let him go," and I
Yeah.
looked down, he had the knife like right.
Yeah,
God.
it was
Stomach.
crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the craziest times, like people were getting like the way these dudes were coming out there, like 3 at a time were jumping dudes, and like they would beat up one guy, and once he was on the ground, they'd move to the next guy, and like they just went through this party.
So we had to like help. We like joined forces with. them,
yeah, with,
and,
with all
yeah,
them
and went through and
North
just, like,
Siders, yeah. And
yeah, that was fun.
it was that was a good night. I mean, that
I
night
took
would have been
ecstasy for the first time that night.
yeah.
I was like, there's a bunch of girls walking in like short skirts, and the ecstasy was just hitting, and I remember the door opened, and it was like fucking Armageddon. It was like
It
all
was
these
just
people were just fighting. It was
you can hear
chaos,
you can
dude.
hear females on the back porch screaming their
I know.
heads off. Like I don't understand why girls feel it's the need to scream when fights break out. Like that doesn't help anything at all. Like they do that. It's the craziest thing to me. Like what are you doing?
I mean, it's probably just because they're
Yeah, you're scared.
They're
I
used to
mean- I
being
mean,
in
I
the
guess
kitchen, and it's a scary world
I
when you
scream
leave
when
the
I
kitchen.
see spiders, so I can understand the situation. But like,
Perry screams for spiders.
I scream for spiders too.
true.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're bad. There's a sticker on my ceiling, in my hallway of a spider, and Alana, Craig's daughter, is a brat, and she was walking down the stairs, and she's like, "There's a spider up there," and I could tell it was a sticker, and I'm like, "What? This one?" And I smack it. She's like, "Oh my god!" She starts screaming, crying, and like Craig's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I was just playing. It was a sticker,
Right.
You know." But she hated me after that. It was great.
It was
Sounds
great.
about
You were
right.
trying to get her back.
Yeah, right. Stop being a brat to everybody, you know? There's a spider for you.
Is a fucking spider. Shit, that's funny. I'm fucking blazed, man. We just been sitting
I
here
know.
fucking getting blazed.
Just
I
been
know.
listening
I've been
to
watching you guys
stories, just
smoke.
smoking.
Yeah, I like
Can
that.
we tell a K story, an Agent K story?
Yeah, I just I'm trying to think of a good story.
The one where you ended up like on a runway
Oh my
near
goodness.
Logan
that was
Airport.
or the one where the cop came to his house with his piece of his car.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yo,
good
that was
one.
a good one.
That's
I
a
could
good
tell
one.
Kicks his door.
Dan Moore. I love when Dan Moore. I know you guys hate him, but
Yeah.
when Dan Moore tells it, because he tells it so funny.
Well, the funniest
He's
part,
like,
I know. Well, like he goes into so much detail,
as jizz flies out of the top of his penis head.
and then but it's like he tells it the same way every time. Like he has the same like points and like.
Yeah, he probably didn't wreck as many brain cells as us. But you fucking all right. So which one should we start off with?
Yeah, just do that one because the airport one, and I don't remember that much.
Well, this was years ago. I remember I was partying up the
Excuse me.
road at when I was still like barely in college. I was partying up the road, and I was gonna come to your place to stay and crash. And so I had talked to you that night, and you sounded drunk, and you were talking about like how you're gonna be home soon, blah blah blah. You had gone out for drinks, I think, after work.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I went over afterwards, but you have to go ahead and tell. Do you want to tell the story? It's your
Wait, but
fucking
which
story.
one is this? The East.
This is when you drove home drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we
you
don't
hit-
condone drinking and driving.
Yeah, no,
But
I
this
went
was years
out,
ago. So
It was just like we got like these coupons or something for McFadden's, and we get like half price, drinks and stuff like that. Like someone gets a happy hour. Sorry. And so we went there, and like you can drink for like 2 hours, just basically for like free almost. So you get drunk. So I just got wicked drunk, and then I drove home, and there was just like this truck parked on the side of the road. I thought I was gonna make it around it.
it was one of those big trucks,
Yeah,
though,
like
that carry cars.
Carry
you said?
cars. It was on Route 138. Next thing I know, I'm skidding, but I bumped into him. Like I knew I hit him, but I was just like, I didn't hit it that hard because I was fine, no air.
Right.
So I pull around, I just take off thinking he didn't know, and then so I just go to sleep, and then like next thing I know, Dan Moore. So Dan Moore tells a story like
I like how we've said his name about 1,000
Yeah.
times. I don't even give a
we
fuck.
can't even name these people's names. Yeah,
I
Dan
know.
Warren.
Dan Moore. So anyways, the cop knocks, and he says it's the police, but Dan doesn't believe it at first, and then again, police he finally opens the door, and he's like, he's got a piece of my car. He's like, is this your car?
Well, no, didn't he go up into your bedroom?
Well, yeah, but Dan Moore answered the door.
Oh,
first.
got
I
you,
was
got you,
sleeping,
got you.
and then he's like, no, he's like my roommate, I think, and he's like, where is he? And so he takes him upstairs, and he said that
You never let the cops in your fucking
He was
house.
like-
That's
I know.
roommate foul number
Yeah,
one.
I know, I always-
That's why Dan Morin's a bitch.
I always tell him that, but he's just like, dude, what was I supposed to do? So
You got a warrant?
So he I guess he was hitting me with his flashlight. I woke up. I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, don't hit me with your phone.
You were talking
He
shit,
like you
though.
talk shit.
No,
to the
no,
guy,
I know,
Like,
and
kicked
then,
him out
like,
of your room.
he was trying to talk to me, and then I just
He slammed the door
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
so,
cop's
like-
face, and the
Well, you were
cop-
yelling at him for waking you up.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was
pissed
like,
that he
don't
woke
ever
you up.
wake
Yeah.
up.
Don't fucking ever wake me up. And
And
I
then-
could see you doing
I
that.
can
'cause
see him
you used to-
slamming the door in the cop's face, 100%.
Yeah, so I guess I was there, and then like he's just like, all right, and he's leaving, and of course like I was drunk, so I'm like, and don't ever come in my fucking room again, and I like slammed the door, dude, and he turned around, he put his boot through the door. There's like a big hole in the door, and he got in my face, and like the thing is, everything I know about this comes from Dan. Right. I'm telling the story, like I don't remember. The guy was yelling in my face, and somehow I didn't get arrested. He just left. And I had to go to court. I paid like $500 or $600 in fines,
Oh,
for
shit.
leaving the scene of an
Right.
accident. And but I was fine. Like I'm.
Yeah, he didn't give you
I don't
like
know
a
how he
DUI.
didn't. Yeah,
Well, probably because you can't prove that you were
he
driving.
couldn't prove it. Yeah.
So, but that was fucking.
I have
what
a story to tell.
Go ahead.
My phone, I thought it was in my jacket when it was ringing, but it's been in my pocket the whole time.
Oh shit! Did the Saints just score a touchdown? Oh fuck! We're watching the Saints Vikings game right now. This guy's got his mic on his back. What the fuck? Looks like an idiot. Shit. What was I gonna say? Yeah, dude, that house we always used to break into too. So yeah, we were kind of assholes to Dan Moore, and so
Yeah.
but whatever, fuck him.
Remember when we went on the roof?
He would make us blow gravity bongs out the window.
Hey, can I
You
just
have to take a hit from
That
the,
was-
from the kitchen and run
Dude,
across the
when he
apartment to
used to-
blow a
When
bong.
you told
you
that
know?
story, I would start dying laughing. He's like, you had to make it to the window, Perry. He's like, running like.
Yeah, it's like you could spit water out. Because you'd inhale
Dude,
water because you
water
were trying to
through
go
the
so
bottom.
fast. You're just like, oh shit, I gotta get this fucking hit out
you
the
got
window.
Scooby snacks and water in your mouth?
And the window's not even
Oh
open
man!
yet.
Remember
Like,
when I went
fuck.
streaking?
You used to go streaking all the time. You would
Oh
just be
my
like, guys, it's
God.
that time. And then
It
you
was
would get
that
ass
time.
Was
naked.
Ashley there that night too?
No, remember that girl Amanda I was trying to hook up with, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she was like, "Who is this dude? He's
Did you
fat."
break my bench?
Oh yeah, you break my bench, dude.
That's a
Yo,
good
that was
story.
a great story.
So I don't remember where we went out, but I was fucking we were at a house
You were
party.
drunk, dude. You
I
were
was at a
so-
house party because I smoked
This
weed.
is also when
I
Perry was, like,
crossfaded for the
15
first
years
time.
old.
I was like 15 or 16. I drank alcohol and I fucking smoked for the first time. I had never smoked when I was drinking, and I smoked a pipe with you. With
That's
some
that
dude.
downstairs party in Brighton.
And I had bought a cup. They had a cup. It was like a fucking kegger. So I bought a
Yeah.
cup for $5, and I didn't really drink, so I didn't want beer. So I remember Scott fucking traded me his vodka cranberry
Yeah.
for my $5 cup.
Yep.
I was like, all right, sweet. So I traded that, and so I was drinking that all night. Got blacked out because I smoked. Puked in that's again Dan Morin's car. Puked in Dan Morin's car.
Yeah, that Honda Accord. Right
I'm
in the
gonna
back
name
seat.
this episode
Dan
like Dan
Morin.
Morin, yeah,
Yeah, I
and
like
tag
that.
him in it. No.
You should.
And you wonder why he
tagging him.
doesn't like you.
I fucked
been
with him
inviting
until
him.
I fucked with him until he just stopped like like answering my
But
phone
you
calls out
remember,
of
you
nowhere.
remember
So
that night,
fuck it.
Perry, that you crashed your car?
Yeah,
And
yeah. And
you
he
walked
paid,
to his house, and he didn't
wa-
let you come in. It was a fucking snowstorm.
yeah, there was this. I crashed my car like 2 blocks from his house,
Yeah.
and he made me pay him money to come into his house to party.
What a fucking
because
dick.
it was a snowstorm. Yeah,
Snowstorm out, and you like popped your tires right when you got the sign.
I told him my
I
car.
think your mother was
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah, I told him my
The
car. I told her.
Popped
I told.
Yeah.
I fucking snapped the whole
The whole
axle. I
axle
thought I
off.
popped tires,
Yeah,
but I was
I
like, yeah, I
remember
just
that.
popped my tire. It's good. I left my shit in the
Brand
snow.
new car.
I threw the bottle of Grey Goose into the snow and just
Yeah.
walked to the house party. He's like, you can't come in.
I couldn't
I had to like
believe
pay
it.
him to come in. Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
Anyway, fucking. So we were at some house party. I get fucking fucked up. We're driving back. I'm blackout. I'm puking in the car. So I puke in the car once, and I'm about to do it again. He stops and drops me off up the block, so I don't puke in his car. So I get out of the car and puke in the street. And
Yeah.
it's just me and you. It was me, and
you
fucking Hawaii.
I think it was the three of us.
No, it was just me and you.
At first.
Yeah, at first.
No, but someone got out with us because they were taking care of you. Oh no, it was just me.
I think it was just me and you.
Yeah.
We were waiting, and so
those 3 kids came running up.
I have my fucking head in the fucking cement, and these kids just come up, and I just hear, "You break my bench."
Mm-hmm.
You break my bench, and I hear Hawaii go, "I didn't break your bench, but if you want me to say I broke your bench, I broke your bench."
Yo.
Like, that was basically the conversation.
But it was the best feeling ever, because I remember you were throwing up, and I remember looking up and seeing these 3 kids, and I was like, oh shit, and like I couldn't believe it. But then I remember looking across the street, Dominic, Matt,
their
brother,
car pulled up.
Their car pulled up. And like this,
Scotty,
Ryan, all got out the car, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" And then that's when I said,
I would have been useless.
Yo, but
I
it was
just had my head in the.
They
fucking
wanted
street.
no business at all. When they seen all that, and then damn, Warren ended up coming back too. They're like, "We don't want no problems. I'm so sorry." Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was one of the best funny.
They probably would have fucking kicked my head in while I was fucking puking.
Well, and they were like,
because
you could tell they were college kids from Stonehill.
Right.
You could definitely tell. You know what I mean? And just 3 of them like
trying to act tough.
You know, straight meatheads. You know.
Remember when that fucking building blew up over there?
Yo, Keith was in it. Remember?
I don't think so, but
Damn,
he just
can
said
I
his
stop
name
saying
again.
names?
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Damn. I'm over here.
I'm
just,
gonna have to go through this one.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm a
So
narc.
many names.
No, he wasn't living there. I don't think he was living. I mean, that's not.
Just call me
He probably
Tekashi
won't. He
6ix9ine.
probably won't even care. But yeah, I don't think he was living there. But that house blew up.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I was thinking about that. But anyway, fucking. Can we tell the story about you disappearing and ending up on the runway?
Yeah, go ahead.
From what I remember,
is that the same one with when you had the wound in the backyard?
Yeah, the wound in the back.
wound in the back.
Remember when you,
Yeah.
you remember
All right,
you had-
I'm just talking.
That thing was.
I'm just doing quick because it's a long ass story, but
It's not a long story.
No,
I mean,
we have
basically
time.
it was another one of those like you get a happy hour.
the happy hour coupons.
So you
Oh, man, those happy hours, man.
Happy hour is
You
dangerous.
go to make-
Seriously. Yeah, it's happy hour.
Yeah.
It's at Chili's.
but like it's illegal in Massachusetts, so the way they do it is like they just give you the drink in the beginning at like 99, like something crazy, like 99, and then if as long as you keep paying that, like I guess it's just with how they price it.
Right.
It's not like a happy hour. So anyways, you get all these drinks cheap. And so of course I got drunk again, and I ended up just wandering out like of the bar, just walking, and then but like I don't
You're
remember.
lucky Charlestown murderer wasn't around.
I
then.
know,
You
like
would've been
but I don't
definitely-
remember this. And then when I came to, I was
You would be
Imagine
the
like
first one.
it was one of those like movies, and the guy gets caught and shit, and he's talking about his life, and he's like, yeah, there was this one dude, like, and this would have been my first one, but I chickened out, man, and I dropped him off and let him go.
Yeah,
He just got in my car. It looked like a fake unmarked taxi. He just got in. I said, get in, man. Like, and you realize that you were that close to being
I
serial
know.
Yeah,
murdered.
right.
But-
and anyways, he ended up. And where did you end up going?
oh yeah. So I was just walking. When I came to, I was just in the middle of like like and
Yeah,
it was
but didn't
some
you say
Boston-
you told me, because you talked to me like right after it happened, you would tell him like the next day, I think, you told me that you had gotten into that part was about the taxi was true. You said you thought you got into an unmarked or a taxi
Yeah,
car
that was
like,
on the way
wasn't
home
marked.
though. No, so like when I was walking,
Oh.
I didn't know where I was, so I just kept. I'm like, I'm gonna stay along the water. So I just kept walking. Anything that was in my way, I just jumped over it. So like there was a fence, and I tried to jump over it, ended up falling, and I cracked the back of my head open. But you know, my shirt was ripped, my
Right.
pants,
Oh,
and then so
goodness.
finally I get to this point where like the fence comes down all the way to the water. So I kind of swung around and went to the other side. And then when I came up the hill and I started building, so I'm like, I'll go on. And when I was looking down, it was actually like runway,
Right.
like roads, like the
Okay.
runway on, like, but not
Like an
Logan
airstrip type
Airport,
of
but like
thing.
a small,
Right.
airport.
Yeah.
Probably some small Boston airport. And I was like, shit. And I realized where I was, and I turned around. So I started going back, and basically I just kept walking through brush. I had cuts everywhere.
You got to talk into
Oh
that.
yeah, I had cuts everywhere and stuff, and then I flagged a guy down that just looked like a taxi. he just picked me up, and then
But the funniest part of the story is coming up.
yeah. So like I was in there, and then he was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "Well, I can't go home because at this point it was like 4 a.m, and I'm like, just bring me to my work."
Because you had to be back to work the next
So I went into work, and I slept under my desk and, and then I just woke up the next day. I woke up the next day and just started working.
Yeah, I love how he tells it all nonchalantly.
The funniest part though was when he told me the story. He's like, I felt like Edward Norton from Fight Club. I was just sitting there, my shirt was ripped. I was bleeding from my head.
I don't remember when his mouth's bleeding and he just smiles like it's all blood. It's like
yeah, that was the funniest part.
No, and I was trying to be normal. No, like my manager comes in. He's like, "What happened to you,
dude? You were like you were one of the first people who just turned into a different person when you would get drunk. Like I am starting to get that. That's why I don't get as drunk as I do anymore. But like, yeah, I turned into Jerry.
Yeah,
but you used to
Jerry.
You used to just.
I know.
Oh, dude.
Can I tell you that story?
I forgot about him. Yeah, I think I've actually talked. I haven't said his name on here, but I talked about the thumbs. Like kill you with his thumbs.
Oh, yeah.
When he sprayed fucking Deweyne in the face with the fucking fire extinguisher.
Me and Jameson were playing Beirut at Palmer, and he's like, shoot the shot, you and your crazy eyes. He said something like that. You cockeyed motherfucker. He said something like that.
As he was looking,
he's like,
he was looking at both of you.
I remember he had like swords and shit at his house, and he was taking them down, and he was just like,
yeah,
I can kill you with this.
He picked me up to like when I was walking somewhere. What are you talking about? This kid's on the phone, fucking popular motherfucker over here. I can pause it if you want.
Yeah, what's up?
I'd pause it.
Oh, yo, Ben.
Actually.
All right, we're back. I don't know if that even cut out, but fucking.
I hope so.
Somebody took a phone call. Professionalism, man.
Sorry, my manager called. I'm off this podcast, guys. See you later. On to new and bigger things. Just kidding.
So, okay, yeah.
Thanks for inviting me.
I changed your world. So we were just talking about the story of the first time that I went to a bar with a fake ID. This was also a fucking, let's just call him DM at this point. So we went down to his ex-girlfriend's.
That's Dan Morin.
That's Dan Morin, in case you couldn't figure that out. You want to just say Dan Morin just for good measure?
Dan Morin.
Okay.
That was nice.
And so his ex-girlfriend was at some school, and so she had us all come down, and it was, well, not all of us, but it was me, Jay, and Dan, and we went down. We fucking drove all the way down there, and the whole ride down, I was in the front seat, and like I was pumped. I was like 16, 17, about to go to a fucking club and a college for the first time. Like I was fucking.
Those are so much fun.
Yeah, dude. I had my fucking American Eagle polo on. Like that shit was brown. It was like brown and white or some ugly ass color.
Did you have that like scally cap on, the white one? Kangoo? What was it?
No, I don't think so. I know which one you're talking about. And so so we're driving down, and Jameson had bought a bottle of Jameson because it had his name on it. And so he's in the fucking backseat.
I have a great story to tell after this.
And every couple of seconds you would hear the cap twist off, and you just smell the fucking JMO, and you're like, oh, this is fucking disgusting. So I was drinking Bacardi, and Jay's just getting more and more fucked up. I'll leave out some of the other details because you said some racist shit while you're fucked up. So I'm just fucking with you. So we get down to the school, and we're at this point you're fucking hammered, and I'm trying to like rein you in, and so you had a Poland Spring water bottle, and I remember where we get on the bus, and you're just straight up drinking Jameson out of a Poland Spring bottle, like it's full, and so I start helping you drink it so you don't get too fucked up. And at the time I was cool. I was like, good. And we're on the bus, and he spit it on the fucking floor, like just fucking blacked out. I'm trying to get him to calm down. So we get off the bus, and we get into the bar, and they check my ID. We got our ID from some dude that didn't even look like me. It was some dude on college, like we paid him or something to let me borrow it. So we get in, and as soon as we get in, I'm so fucking pumped that I got in with a fake ID. I'm like, fuck yeah, we got in.
Wait, was it you on it, or someone just let you borrow?
Somebody else.
Oh,
it was just he just let me borrow his ID.
Nice.
But I was pumped because I was like, I didn't know if we were gonna get in or not. So we go into the bar, and as soon as I get in, it was like all the alcohol hit me fucking at once. It was like boom. And no longer was he the drunkest fucking person there, dude. I fucking passed him by a mile. So it started like with me. What was the first thing that I did? I tried to dance on stage.
You were like crawling up the stairs.
Well, no, that was the last thing. So I like walked up onto the stage to try to dance, and they were like, the stage is for girls only. You can't get up there. So they kicked me off the stage. So I was trying to dance on stage, and then he came over. And, and I tripped up the stairs and like crawled to get up. So I like fucking like fell. And the guy came over after that and was like, "Hey man, your friend needs to tuck in his shirt." And he was talking to me, and I go, "It's fucking tucked." And I go like that. He's like, "All right, you gotta go." And that was like 15 minutes after I walked in. Like barely made. I was so juiced to be in there. I got it, and 15 minutes later, they fucking kicked us out. So we go, and we're like, that was the day I had my first like real hangover.
Yeah.
That was like, me and Jay slept in bed like a fucking couple all day, dude. We stayed in her bed, like his girl's bed, and we fucking laid there because we were so fucking done from the JMO.
This was at whose college? This was at Dan's
remember her name. His old ex-girlfriend, the one
Hillary.
he used to, when we used to go down to like Providence or wherever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Was it Providence?
I don't remember.
I think I went down once. She really didn't
was
like
in
me.
Connecticut.
Yeah, I think it was further. It was like a drive.
Yeah.
She was in Connecticut for college.
Yeah.
But she was from Rhode
Oh
Island.
no, didn't she go to Dean? Nah, maybe not.
No, it was a hike.
Yeah.
So it was like, because it was like over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so we leave the bar, we get kicked out. I just remember being on the bus and like hooking up with some chick who was like crying about her boyfriend or something. I don't remember any like much more than that.
That's hot.
And then we got back to she's like fucking sobbing. She was just as drunk as I was. And so we get back and go to bed. I don't remember what the fuck happened. Like that was like the biggest part was me getting kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next day we had that hangover. We stayed in bed all fucking day, and we just wanted to leave. And we were supposed to go to some party that night. And so they get in a fight, like a big ass fucking fight, blow up fight. Like he's like, "All right, we're gonna fucking go." So me and this dude like spent the whole day recovering from our hangover.
Yeah.
We finally get rid of our hangover. We're like, "All right, fuck yeah, we're gonna leave." Like awesome.
Pumped.
We drive an hour. Was it more than an hour? Do you remember this?
Yeah, we started going home.
We started going home. We drive an hour. She calls. They like fight on the phone for like another half an hour before he decides that he's gonna turn the fucking car around and go back. So we go back. He's like, "Yeah, there's gonna be a party tonight." Blah 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 blah. We get back. I don't even think we did anything.
I don't remember going out.
We didn't do
The second
shit.
night.
We went back. He drove us, made us go all the way back, and we had to fucking stay there.
Wow. What did
Yeah.
they do?
They like, I think they hung out. I
I
forget
don't
what
think
happened.
we went out.
I think we were so done from like the whole drive that we
dude,
just
I'd
like.
hate to do
I was
that.
so pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
That's
Remember
why
that?
we've said his name a million times. 'cause
Yeah.
it's-
Remember that time I fell asleep between your legs at Amherst?
I was just thinking about that.
I honestly, when you started talking about the like going to like college parties and stuff, I thought about that because that was one of the most brutalest times. Because like I had,
UMass Amherst was a fucking experience, dude.
I just want to say for the record, I've never went to college in my life, but I went to probably more college parties than most people in their lives.
I know now. It's like remember I got to an age where I was like, I think I'm too old for like college parties.
Yeah,
now.
but it was
Sucks.
like so many different colleges I went
Yeah.
to. Like it was just so crazy that like
The Amherst one was the craziest. I
Yeah,
had just
yeah.
like I had just broken up. We're not gonna say fucking people's names.
no right yeah.
But we had just broken up for my ex-girlfriend. We went out there
Yeah.
to party,
one of your
dude.
boys there.
And dude, when we went to the first party and we started playing beer pong, and like there was a bunch of people there, and I remember Hawaii was like, "Hey, so like, what did you say?" You said what? You said something like, "What time are we?" Like, oh, you said this is a sick party or something like that, and they were like, "Well, this is just the pregame. Like, we're not even to the party yet."
Yeah,
And
right.
we were like, "What? Like, this is just the pregame?"
I know.
And-
We were like walking the streets.
Yeah, because it was
'Cause-
like it's like a city.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the college campus. So what the fuck just happened?
Did we go out?
Oh.
What just happened?
Hey.
That was weird. Sorry, I don't know what that was.
That was weird. Right when he scored that touchdown, it went out.
It went out.
That's why I was,
Terrorism.
So that's
No,
the
watch
game,
this.
right?
Yeah, watch this.
Damn.
That's the first score.
Well,
I mean,
no, he's not
probably,
in.
He's probably down. He's
Yeah, he's not in.
But he
He's
caught
before
it.
the goal line.
Damn.
So UMass Amherst is one of the biggest party schools. I don't know if it still is, but it was when we went there. We didn't go there. We went there to a party.
Yeah, I went there.
You
for
went
a few
there?
parties.
Yeah, my mom went there.
Hey, there you go, Robin.
Did you party? Did you do some acid while you were there?
How do you remember?
You told
That
me
was
about
like
doing PCP
decades
there.
ago.
She told me about doing angel dust or something.
PCP?
No.
I wouldn't tell people I did PCP.
It was angel dust,
I'm
I
just
think.
kidding. I was actually kind of hoping that you would just go back and edit out that I did meth.
There was like a whole story behind it.
Can you edit out those 20 minutes?
We won't have any. Could you edit out all the shit that I did that I wasn't supposed to do?
Yeah, right.
So me and this motherfucker are wandering around this campus, and so I don't remember the series of events, but Hawaii had this fucking backpack with all the beers on it, and like
a 30
they
rack.
handled it like a champ. And at one point I was like, hey man, you want me to fucking take that? You're like, no, I'm good, I got it. So we go, and you got so drunk at one point
Yeah, I was
that you
hammered.
sat down, and you were just sitting down. You're like, I'm gonna sit down on this bench. And you were sitting on the curb, and you would put the beers down. And I was like, I'll carry this for a minute, man. I picked it up. It was the heaviest fucking bag. I was like, dude. And we had drank beers out of it.
Yeah,
and
we were.
so,
Dude,
like,
that thing was packed to the gills,
yeah.
man. It was
and I
so
was like,
dope.
dude, how are you fucking carrying this around? But he carried that shit like a champ. But there was a couple things that happened. One, remember that dude? So we came up to some party, and this dude got his ass beat. We were walking up
in the streets
as there was a fight going on.
Yeah, that
'Cause
was
we went to
what-
like 4 or 5 different
I
huge
think that's
parties.
when we were sitting inside. I was sitting down, and we kept walking up a little ways, and the fight was right there. And it was like these two dudes, like it was just crazy. Like they both came
Well,
outside. Right
one
when we
dude was
walked out.
big. It was like a big
Yeah.
Indian looking motherfucker, and he just was smashing on this little white boy.
It was so crazy.
So he beat his ass, and we come up and we're like, hey man, like if you go and fight that dude again and win. Oh, he asked us for a cigarette. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He asked us for a cigarette, and we
Yeah.
told him if he fought the dude and won, we'd give him a full pack.
Yeah.
We'd buy him a pack of cigarettes.
I doubt. I don't even think we stayed around for that.
Well, so the dude's like, yeah. So we're like, yeah. So he walks up and fucking punches the dude. Punches the dude again.
Yeah.
The dude just grabs him, throws him up against the wall, and starts beating the fuck out of him again.
Yeah.
So beats the fuck out of him, leaves him there, and we're like, sorry, man, you lost the fight. Like, you don't get the cigarettes.
We're out of here. Thanks for coming. That place was so.
Yeah, they won.
That place was so sick because it was just full up, so many people everywhere and stuff, and like, I don't know, it was just such a cool experience that time around.
Yeah,
You know,
that was a good
But
time.
I fell asleep between your legs that night.
Yeah, well, that was the most uncomfortable ever because
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing because I fell
We
asleep
s-
next to you.
we slept on
And
like
woke up
the
between your
hard
legs.
floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another thing. It's like, come on, what is that?
well, it was a college dorm.
How about
I mean,
that? I just want to throw one thing in there. I had a really bad like something on my foot that day when I was at the college and I was walking around all day long. Because when I got home, I had my mother like put a needle and like dig it out, and it was like all this pus stuff that was in my foot.
That's
Just to throw that out
disgusting.
there.
Thank you. For
Yeah,
that.
but I wanted to talk about the time we left that college and Scotty had a dick on his face. He had to walk through the crowd of people. We were at Ashley's college. We were at Ashley's college with all her girlfriends, hot friends. All right,
Yeah.
we're all inside hanging out. He goes to sleep early.
Merrimack.
Merrimack.
Oh, yeah.
Goes to sleep early that night with his shoes on, and they drew a dick on his face. And then when we were leaving the party at night, we told everybody in the party, do not say a word to this kid why he has his dick on his face, because he's gonna flip the fuck out. Like, he's gonna flip the fuck out. He's gonna be crazy. So, dude, legit, we walk through the center of these crowds of people, and it was a lot of people.
Right.
All of them completely quiet, dude. All of them were so quiet, staring at Scotty. See you later, man. Have a good night, dude. Have everybody, and like we're like, oh my god. So
As
when we-
soon as you walk out, everybody just laughs. Like,
we're all laughing,
What was that
dude.
about?
It was so crazy. Dan still had his Toyota Camry at that time, the green Camry. So crazy. We had some of the best times.
Yeah.
Best times ever.
I'm trying to think of more.
I had a It was another time. I was.
Remember the time you and Ryan like climbed through my sunroof and pulled my e-brake, so I thought my car got stolen?
I think we moved it one time.
Well,
we
no,
picked
you
it up and
guys
tried moving it.
because I had a standard,
'Cause you-
so
yeah,
I
you guys
had
were
parked it and I had
at
my keys, but I
Stonehill.
left the sunroof open.
Yeah.
And you climbed through the fucking sunroof and pulled the e-brakes. I came back all fucked up and I'm like, "Where's my car? The car's gone."
We
I thought
moved
that shit
it.
disappeared.
Yeah. We ended up I remember that one time I got kicked out of that. The midget woman kicked me out that night
Wait,
out of
what?
Stonehill. She was the midget. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
What did you do?
I was drinking. I had the
Oh
cup.
yeah, you were drinking.
Drinking
you just, yeah.
and she's
I remember
like,
when we were at Stonehill, and fucking, I was getting drunk
flower
with.
pots over.
No, that wasn't him. So Jay, we were hanging out and like we had these two girls, and I think we were in their room. We had like met them. We were in their room, and we're sitting there fucking talking to these chicks. We get their number and shit, and Jay, one of them turns around. This girl had like, her face is all right, but she had one of the fucking fattest asses like you've ever seen in your life. So
Definitely.
she turns around and her ass is directly by Jameson, and
Oh,
he just goes
no.
to do a credit
does a
card. He
credit
doesn't
card.
do it in her
I
ass.
didn't touch
He
her
just
ass.
was like, credit card, because he's drunk thinking he's funny. And I look over and her friend is fucking staring at him. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you just fucked that up, Jay.
We just got
We
caught.
should probably go.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we didn't get a call from
yeah,
those
that's
girls.
crazy. That's
So-
I
nuts.
remember that.
Can I,
Hey, if you're gonna sneeze, can you go in the other room?
bless you.
I'm just kidding. Bless you. Love you. Sorry.
It's extra catty.
Extra catty.
So, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Mhm.
What do you guys think about Australia right now?
What, the fire?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Well, climate change, man. What do you?
Why
what
is
do you
that?
expect?
Is that what the fire?
How
That's
did,
how
how did it start?
I mean, as shit gets warmer and hotter, there's like more
It
fires
dries
and
out.
shit. Like,
Yeah, but it's
there's
just so
been-
crazy.
Yeah, but
how
something has to start it.
It said 500 million
Yeah.
animals died.
But the thing with climate change is,
Did you
it's
see
like,
that
that's not on
kangaroo
you
in the
or me.
fence?
No.
You haven't seen that yet?
No.
I don't want to watch that.
No, they show it's like burnt to the fence. It's like, but hold on, I'll find it for you.
Oh, that's so crazy. I've seen some of the pictures of like the cattle and stuff burnt and stuff like that, but like it's just so crazy. They said like the change of like the air won't be completely clean till like March, April. It's like that's so crazy. So many places and like 24 people had died and stuff like that. It's just it was really nuts. A lot of crazy things happened in the beginning of 2020.
Yeah.
You know, we're thank God I'm 30 years old. Past draft age.
Did you say 30 years old?
Oh no, 33.
I was like, you're not 30. I just turned 31.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm 30. All right, call me Big Lou. I had the same birthday, 20 years.
Oh shit.
That's ill.
What are you looking up right now? You
I
just
was trying
you're
to look,
over
I'm
it.
trying to look up that picture. We gotta play one.
What do you
We gotta play one. Song.
anything happen with Verizon?
What?
Can we talk about that?
Nah,
Is that
I mean,
not
I
good stuff
talk
to
about
talk
it a
about?
little bit. I mean,
don't
I
have to
know I
talk
got
about that.
fired. I just don't talk about a lot of it.
No,
But
I would rather not talk about any of it.
I can't
but-
find it.
I shouldn't even ask about it.
I didn't work for Verizon either, though. That's
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
It was a
you
different
sold
company.
Verizon things, didn't you?
yeah, we sold Verizon products. But,
Yeah, that's what's up. That's cool.
But anyway,
You doing a lot of podcasts in Seattle?
I tried to. I mostly do remote podcasting because I'm
What's
just
that?
out. Like I have to call in. Like I just talked to these 3 dudes from
Oh,
Britain, and
really?
then I had another guy who was in Thailand, but he was British.
So you have to like, are they like you do it over the laptop?
I use my phone. I just hook
Or
the
you
phone.
just call them?
I hook the phone. I call him if like I had to call this last dude because he was like sketched out about Skype just because, you know, he was like
German.
trying to be secret. Well, it was about psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrms. Fucking
Oh, really?
shroomies.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
he didn't want
I
to
gotta
get
hear these,
like he didn't have
podcasts.
he wanted his identity or anything like that. So I had to
Yeah.
call him like a code name and shit.
Yeah.
But like it was a really good interview. He was really informative.
Is
He
that
knew
why
all
you
his
call
shit.
him Mr. K?
I was calling him K, yeah, just so he doesn't get in trouble for being on the podcast. I don't give a fuck. I'm at this
Yeah.
point.
Oh,
this is
cool.
my,
That's why
this is my
Hawaii's-
job.
Yeah, but
Hawaii's-
everyone knows who you are.
And me, right? Knows who I am, right?
Knows who Hawaii is.
Dude, that's so horrible. Should have changed my name.
You should be like,
Agent K.
you
I
can be
mean-
Alaska.
Yeah.
You can just go by Alaska.
Yeah.
You want me to go back and edit it out?
Yeah.
Like,
Can I call
hey,
can you call me
Alaska. What was that story you were telling?
That's a good one. I like that. Alaska.
Oh.
I want to go camping this year.
Camping?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're moving back this year. I'm hoping.
I'm
that's the
hoping you
plan.
guys do that. Are you trying to move to Fairhaven?
Yeah, I got to get as far away from you guys as possible.
That's
I'm
far.
just kidding.
You guys aren't even the same
That's not
state,
that
right?
far.
You can
is
come
it?
for the occasional weekend visit.
Is it
Yeah,
the
it's
same
not too
state?
far.
No, right?
Is it the same state?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, it's
Connecticut?
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
same state.
No, it's
Rhode
in
Island?
Massachusetts. To Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's down
Wait,
south.
Fairhaven's in Massachusetts?
Mm-hmm.
What?
They're looking like that area, but
I thought that's Rhode Island.
I don't really want people to know where I live. So
Isn't Fairhaven Rhode Island? Isn't there one?
Oh,
there might be.
No, it's
I don't know.
Massachusetts.
Remember that time Jay threw the fucking cup at that party? There's a house party, and that
No.
girl,
That big
that
fat
girl-
girl.
Saved Jameson's
that
life.
girl was not just
Second
big.
time.
She was like the size of Hawaii.
Yo,
dude.
she was.
And she was
Tall.
trying to kill you.
I know.
She was
She would have
tall.
murdered you, and you because you threw her cup and you said, "You want it? Go fetch."
Yo, the worst thing, I don't even know what even started or like how that even came.
I know, like,
She was
Yeah,
just
well,
bitching us out, and I think she kicked
She
us
kicked
out.
us out.
Oh, yeah.
Because we didn't, because whoever invited us didn't get permission to invite us or something.
Yeah.
Or was that it?
That's exactly
I'm
what it
pretty
was.
sure that's what it
Or we
was.
were like just
Or we
like,
were doing drugs
I
and
think
we
we
weren't
were like the
supposed
cool
to.
kids. We got kicked out a lot of times for that.
But when we got kicked out, we got kicked out of that party, and that chick was like trying to kill you, and you
Yeah.
had her cup, and she's like, "Give me my fucking cup back." You're like, "What? Go fetch."
get it.
Oh,
he said,
it's
"Go."
the alien
he
cup.
said, "Go
That's right,
fetch."
because I was drinking and I just kept
he
it.
said, "Go fetch," like a
She's
dog.
like, I'm not a dog. That's what she said, right? She got up
But
in
she
your
was gonna
face.
kill you. Hawaii had to stand in
I
front
know,
of you
I remember.
and
Yeah.
fucking pretend. Like that was the only person that was big enough to block her
I
out
know.
of like from
I
getting
remember
in.
telling her I'd punch her in the face. She hit you.
But we got yeah, dude. I mean, she would have had it coming. But we got in the
Cops
fucking
came.
car, and as we were
Yeah.
driving down the
Yeah.
street, cops flew down the street to that house. And
I
we
know.
just
Wow,
missed
I know,
like getting.
dude. That
We would have
was
gotten. For,
Do you think they
for
called
sure in
them on
trouble.
us?
Huh?
Or do you think they were coming or they called them on us?
Somebody probably called because we
Probably
were
'cause
in
it
the
was
street
disturbing the
yelling.
peace,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, we were yelling out there.
We were in
Yeah.
the middle of the street at that time.
Mhm.
There was a wooded area on the other side.
because we didn't
threw
want to
the cup
leave. We
in the
were
woods.
pissed that we got kicked out, so we were out there causing a fucking
Yeah,
scene. And
a
we got in the
ruckus.
car and we drove. And as soon as we got to the end of the road and like turned out,
Cops were pulling on.
cops fucking pulled down the
That was
road.
perfect timing.
I know.
Yeah.
That was anyway, we planned that out.
Yeah,
I think we did.
we took off.
There was another time we did something like that. Left in the perfect time. Oh, when we when the cops had us outside of Ryan Wilson's basement,
Oh,
yeah.
lined up.
So
21
can I
plus.
start off that story and then I'll let you take over?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what happened, what started the fight, but I was outside at the time. I still smoked cigarettes, and I was outside smoking, and I'm talking to these. It was like one or two kids. I think it was two kids. I'm talking to them. I didn't really know them, but I was outside smoking with them, and so the third kid comes up out of the basement, and he's like, "Hey, this dude's Hawaii and Ryan are fucking starting shit. Like, we gotta go fucking fuck them up." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's go." So I fucking go in with them, and it was maybe it was just out there with two dudes, and then or
Yeah.
one dude, and then I came in and it was like you and Ryan. And it was just like you guys were all fucking fighting these two kids.
It
And
wasn't,
it was
dude.
like-
They like jumped me. The two kids jumped me because like they were talking a whole bunch of shit, and that's when I came outside to Ryan and you, and I was just like, "Yo, I'm about to fight these kids downstairs." And Ryan followed me in downstairs, and then the kids like were jumping me, and like I was on the ground, and all of a sudden Ryan fell back and broke the ping pong table.
Yeah, and
Remember
he just looked up and started laughing in the middle of a brawl. He just looked up and started giggling like a
Just
little kid.
giggling, man. It was just so crazy. And then like Craig and Stewie had jumped in. Stewie like and I'm saying the name, sorry, but they had like jumped in. And
Yeah,
Just
that's-
don't say last names.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Uh,
don't know. Yeah, they don't.
And then I remember somebody's sister was there, and they were like,
Jennifer.
I wasn't.
Holmes's sister.
Well, yeah, we just talked about names again.
I know.
At least this is at the tail end of
I
it.
keep saying everyone's.
Oh my
I was thought when you were
if
on the
I
phone-
ever get
When I was
like,
on the phone, I'm like, when you're on the phone, I'm like, dude, you'd be an awesome podcaster, but you would be so bad at fucking saying people's names. Oh my
dude,
God.
horrible. I'd be getting bleeped out every 5 seconds. Dude. Seriously. Can you just bleep those out?
Oh, shit. So,
oh man.
yeah, she was like in the middle of shit, and like one of the dudes, I thought he was gonna swing on her, so I kind of got in the middle, and I remember he hit me, so my glasses fell off.
Yeah, they
and that was
broke.
because I wasn't trying to fight. I'm like, I
Yeah.
never used to try to fight until somebody would hit me, so then I started hitting him, and I got blood on my shit.
Yeah.
and I had to take my hoodie off and switch it, and somebody you
blood.
talked about earlier was the one who had me switch it, the homie that's no longer with us. But
Yeah.
so I put on a hooded sweatshirt, and I was on probation at the time. And they lined us up under 21 and over 21.
It was crazy because
And the cops came because those kids wouldn't leave until somebody had to hit them with a bottle of fucking Grey Goose over the head.
I know. That was like one of the coolest parts. I remember Jameson saying like, yeah, the dude was just like, you ready? And Jay was like, yeah, I'm ready. And then the kid was just Bow, hits him over the head, splits his head wide open, blood's everywhere.
Well, they wouldn't leave.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Like it was literally a house full of people against them. They were trying to get. They were on drugs or something because they would not fucking
It was
leave.
crazy. They ended up
and they
getting
were
arrested.
getting their asses beat.
One of them got arrested. I
Well,
think.
remember the cop over the speaker was like, he's in a gray hoodie, and I had just put on a gray hoodie, and so I was like, yeah, it's not me. Like,
Wow.
and they were actually talking about the other dudes.
kids. Yeah, right, exactly.
So like they called my mom, I think. Yeah, we can finish. It's like we've
Yeah.
been going for long enough, and I'm
Definitely.
kind of hungry.
You gotta-
I'm
so
kind of hungry.
Yeah, you gotta put.
we
some
gonna
more
wrap it
music
up, or
on.
do you want to any final stories or what?
Oh, and well, that night when someone left, they must have been mad and punched my car like 4 times.
Oh
What
yeah, you
night?
got,
Same
a big,
night, so I
you got
had-
a big ding in
I
the
had
back
dents.
inside.
I couldn't even
Dents on the
open
side.
my like.
What
my
night are we
drive.
talking about?
The
Same
night, when we-
night.
same night, fight
My
night.
car.
Oh yeah.
When I
yeah,
parked
yeah.
my Buick, I parked it like literally
Yeah,
when the
that's
path
right.
came out.
Yeah, the Regal.
So they must have come out and just hit it. And I couldn't even open one of my doors.
Yeah, I remember that. And I had to go home in
Fuck.
somebody's minivan, like old ass minivan. I forget whose minivan it was.
I have so many other stories to talk about the party that you had here and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
take a
fucking
piss.
big one. Well, I mean, we can pause it if you want to do that story. You want to do that story? We could end
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Like, all I need
Cheers
is
and-
one mic, one
I love
mic,
you.
one mic.
Love you.
All right, we're back.
really-
So don't say anybody's names unless it's Dan Morin's.
All right, sorry.
I was wondering what you were doing. I'm like,
Trying to get closer to you.
How
thought
did
you
I
were, like,
fucking
trying to
get
touch
closer to you, Jay? Now this dog is like taking up the whole fucking couch. It's like
All right.
fucking 30 pounds.
I want to podcast for the rest of my life. I think I did a pretty good job, and it's my first one today.
you did.
Yeah, you got to touch up some stuff, but you'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely.
When I get back, we can do one. I'll produce a podcast
I
for
want to
you.
get a really good one, like in a.
We can
an
do it over the phone.
intelligent-
We
an
could do one
intelligent
weekly over the phone. You just
Yeah.
have to remember to call
Do you think
in.
people would like to listen to us talk about our?
I think so.
stories?
I think so. I mean, I have a decent amount of subscribers right now.
You do?
For the stories that I've told already. I mean,
That's awesome. My brother listens to you.
he was. I don't know if he still does.
Yeah, I think he should. He loves podcasts.
So
That's
he
his
might,
thing. He was the one that got me on the podcast. What's that podcast one? They do ghost stories and stuff. Have you ever heard of them?
Last podcast on the left. There's a couple.
Yes, dude.
There's a couple of them.
That one is
Yeah.
probably the best one. My
Yeah,
brother would.
I have that one.
Me
on
and
mine.
him would go to work every morning, and he would listen. He's like, "There's a new horror podcast. You want to hear it?" And we'd go listen to
Is
it
it
every
on?
morning. It's so cool.
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
No,
fine.
you're cool, man. What are you looking at?
We just listened to
I
In the
was looking at my
Circle.
phone.
In the Circle. I don't know if you guys got to hear that, but
Oh shit! What was I gonna just? Oh
it
yeah.
was a great song.
You gotta put one of the songs
And
at the end.
selfish.
No, it should be the intro.
I'll do that as the outro.
Yeah, dude.
Or the intro.
I gotta
But
remember.
make sure you do it where the three of us are on it. We're
Remind-
playing
yeah,
the
remind me to take that
percussions.
Yeah, you
CD.
gotta have the.
Does your computer have a disk drive, Ma?
Ma, the meatloaf.
Ma, the meatloaf.
Yeah, you probably can on the side. Yeah, on the side.
Yeah,
right
as long
here.
as I I can upload it.
You want me to get that pen?
Yeah, hold on, let me
Mm-hmm.
hand it to you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm trying to find this fucking meme real quick to show you guys.
What do you guys think about the memes about the Middle East and the U.S. draft? Do you guys
It's
think
not
those are
funny
funny?
because it could be true. I
Some
wouldn't
of
want to
them
go
are
to
pretty
I
war.
funny,
think the
but
memes
they're
are
not.
funny as
Yeah,
fuck.
I think they're super funny too.
No, they are funny. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
This one was like how it feels to listen to podcasts, and he's fucking sitting there eating ice cream with the fucking poster. That shit's hella funny. So I mean, that's fucking. I don't know enough about what's going on to really fucking pontificate about that shit. Like
Yeah, I know.
Like I know. What I'm
I
talking
just
about.
honestly started watching because I'm like completely out of the loop when it comes to the news. But I just started catching up on it, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's all.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I just,
You know what else was nuts?
What?
That house party I had when I was
Yo,
like 17.
let's talk
For
about
years.
this. I want to actually tell this whole story. You can introduce yourself about who you are and stuff.
Well, do you want to sit in for this part? I can get you another mic if you want to sit in.
You wanna?
About the house party that we had at your house that you didn't believe me about for like, or no, not that you didn't believe me, but you didn't believe that the cops came for years. You thought it was one of my friends.
Directing traffic. Directing traffic with everybody. Let me get that
No,
pen.
you don't need to come in on it. Okay, so
He was.
Yeah, we had my mom had left me alone for like the first time ever when I was like 17, and so she
Where'd
left.
you go, Robin?
I forget. She went to Maine.
That's right.
So she left on a Tuesday, and she told me she was coming back on Sunday.
So I was like, she's probably coming back on either Friday or Saturday. If she's saying she's coming back Sunday, so I'll have the party on a Thursday. So I was like, I have enough time to clean up, get everything together before she'll know. So as soon as she left on Tuesday morning, like, I shit you not, as soon as she left the fucking house, I left to go to Party City to start getting shit ready for this party. Go ahead, you want to chime in?
Your friend had ratted you out and said there was going to be a party.
Yeah,
Who?
I know. You told us who it
I
was.
can't say who.
Which friend? Yeah, you can.
Who was here?
You
Was
can
it
say
us?
which friend it is.
Johnny.
Oh,
Johnny.
yeah, it was like one of my football friends.
Football
That's
friends.
right.
That's right.
Well, that didn't stop me from having it. So
Nah.
I left as soon as Tuesday came. She left. I went and started getting shit for Party City. And then I got home and my fucking dog was like sick, of course. So I'm like, fuck. So I have to take the dog to the vet on Tuesday. The dog ended up staying in the hospital all week. So while the dog was, so it was nice because I didn't have to like worry about the dog because it was in the
Wait,
vet.
what kind of dog?
It was
what dog?
Pickles. My
Damn.
dog Pickles. Like,
Wow, man, that was so long ago.
yeah.
Pickles.
Remember I kept bringing the picture of the dog around and telling people to take shots because my dog was in the hospital.
Dog was dying.
And so we ended up, so I take him to the vet. So that was like day one. The next day I just kept working on the party. So Thursday came and it was like I don't know, 4:35, and people were just kind of starting to trickle to the house because I told people it was going to be like a cookout.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of late and I was kind of worried people weren't going to show up. And so I remember
Party
I had
was
invited a
just
bunch of
epic.
people. And so I left to go pick some girl up that I knew from school. She needed directions. So I was like, I'll just come get you. So there weren't that many people there, and I had to
Crazy
get some
Eyes?
shit.
What's her name?
No, I don't. I don't remember which girl. It wasn't like anybody who
Remember
I
Crazy
like.
Eyes?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't anybody like I think what I was hooking up with or anything. I
Yeah.
think it's just somebody like I
Nah, it's
was
just
like
friends you're
I think it was
bringing
somebody
in.
that was hot,
Yeah.
and I think I was like, well, maybe if she comes to
Yeah.
my party, she'll hook up with me.
It was probably one of the biggest ever parties I ever went to my life.
So I left and I went to go get that girl, and there was like a couple cars at my place. I got back. I had to park like a block away because there was so many fucking cars at my house.
There
Like,
were so many people. There was about like 200 people here, like, and it was absolutely packed out because like
my
there were
mom has
pe-
a big ass backyard.
all
and so
sides
the
of
whole
town was
backyard
here.
was picked.
Yeah, like
It was
east
big.
side, west side, south side, north side. They were all here. Like I remember some of my buddies I knew from the north side that were here. They rode their bikes here and they heard about the party online.
Online.
Online. That's
Yeah,
how they
dude,
heard
this
about
party
the party.
was fucking huge.
Yeah, it was so big. And I remember when
Get alcohol for it.
most of my
People
friends
that-
were over
yeah.
21. Some of them
it
were
was
over
like
21.
brothers, like someone's
Yeah.
brother or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and-
that's
and
People
this
brought
was
their own.
Robert posted
Oh.
it on, sent it out on his whole friend list.
Yeah, your brother invited like his whole football team.
Yeah,
and like
Matt,
they
yeah.
they invited a bunch. So like there was
there
a
was
fucking.
just so many
So
people.
the-
I
like
remember
at
when
midnight, the
the
cops
cops came.
came.
I ran through backyards. I was running down the street. I ran through backyards because like there was so many underage kids there. You know what I mean? We were all. I probably wasn't even 20 yet. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
all the. Well, I was like 17 because the cop was like he talked to me
Then maybe I was probably 20 then.
and. He had like they had rolled by once. They came and shut it down
At first,
like
yeah, they said
they rolled by
cut the
and then
songs and music down.
yeah, and because I think didn't somebody we know it was like their brother-in-law or some shit like, was helping us out.
Yeah.
So then the cops come. They want to kick everybody out. They're like, you can take one friend. You can have one friend to stay with you to help clean everything up. So I think it was Eric. So I picked Eric
Yeah.
to stay and clean everything up. So, because I think he was like one of the more sober ones at the time. So we go, and I'm walking with the cops. I'm like, all right, everybody has to get out of here. So people are fucking driving from my house and like hitting parked cars, and the cops are like, just get the fuck out of here, just go, like get out of here.
Yeah, there was so many cars. Like I remember when the cops first showed up, me and Danny Cortez were running through your backyard, dude. Like running.
Danny Cortez.
Yo, oh, damn! I did it again, dude. I'm horrible at this.
21:16.
Jesus Christ! I'm so sorry. Oh, damn! I said it again.
You said
You
Jesus Christ. I know
dude.
he's gonna know.
No,
He's like Santa.
You can't say Jesus Christ, right? That's
I mean,
the
you
name.
can say Jesus Christ all the time.
Can't
if
say
you want
Santa.
to.
Stop saying Santa.
Anyway, so you're
Yeah.
running with your friend.
I'm running with my friend. You guys don't know him, probably. Danny Cortez. I had to. I'm sorry.
Oh, we've already said his name, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
shit.
we were running, man.
Who's his brother?
We were running. Yeah, we were just like cruising it, and then one of our buddies picked us up down the street. I want to say it was Southfield, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, we were down there. There was just so many cars here, and like the cops were directing traffic out of here and stuff, and like there was a fight that broke out in the middle of the street. Was that the same night?
No, that was Ryan and Dom.
Oh,
because
that's right.
That was the same night. But okay, so back up. So remember the cops? There was a smashed guitar in the middle of the street, and I thought it was
Yes.
mine.
Yeah.
And like, I'm walking with the cop, and I just fucking beeline. I'm like, hold on, and I start to lose my shit, and I picked up the guitar. I was like, oh, and I just fucking left it there and turned around. I thought it was my guitar.
Yeah.
And they left, so everybody leaves. They get everybody to go, and I go and walk back into the house, and there's like fucking still 70 people hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They were hiding in the fucking
The backyard
bedrooms.
was huge.
They
It was
were
such-
like, everybody was just hiding in the
and
house.
it was dark out, so like no one could really see. Like, I mean, the cops were like with the flashlights, but there was so many spots to hide out in your backyard at that time. You know what I mean?
So the
Midsummer
cops
time.
leave, party starts back up again. We have a good like 70 people there still partying.
Yeah.
And
It was just such a clutch
So
party.
then Ryan stole the bike. That was what happened. Or he didn't steal it. Did he steal it?
He dumped it too.
He dumped it, but
Yeah,
he didn't
I
steal it. He was
behind
letting
him when he dumped it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he dumped the bike drunk, and the bike was fine. Nothing was wrong with the bike, but he punched it because he was so mad that he dumped it.
Yeah, he was
and
with
dented-
that girl.
and
This
he
girl
dented
that
it.
had a dope ass Mustang. She had such a sick Mustang when she was with, and it was like a old school 1967 Mustang. I can't believe I remember that.
Well, do you remember how the night ended? How I got everybody to leave? Because I was
Yeah, you started stabbing a trash barrel.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
It was
right. That
great. You're
some
right.
crazy
Everyone was
stuff.
here. Because wasn't Katie here? The girl you slept with, Katie Cooley.
There was a
Katie
bunch of
Kugel
fucking-
She
was
showed up
here.
for like a little bit.
Ashley
Yeah,
started-
dude. And I was like
I
a nut
forgot.
job at the end of the night. I stabbed the trash barrel because I
She
couldn't
was
get people to
outside. He's
leave.
like,
There was so many
like,
people.
"Get the
Like the
fuck
West
outta
Side
here."
girls were
Yeah.
here. All the West Side girls were here. Oh man.
It was fucking out of control. That
I
party
was
was so
over
big.
here
And then so I couldn't find my phone. I had to work at like delivering
was-
pizza the next day,
What
like
did you
fairly
work
early.
for?
I worked for Papa Stelio's at the time. So I had to get up and fucking deliver pizza.
Stelio's.
Yeah, they're bomb. They used to like pay me pretty good, and they would fucking give me like free food and shit. So that job
So
was dope.
sick.
So we ended up. I ended up getting up, and I can't find my phone. And I'm like, fuck, where is my shit? Like I don't know where it's at. And so that dude, I think his name was Burton. I want to say no, like I think that was his first name. So
Burton?
Tim Burton.
so he
Come on, dude. Fuck.
There's no one named Burton.
Dude, Tim
yeah,
Burton.
dude, he was
he made
he was
fucking
Eric's
Nightmare
friend, the
Before
black
Christmas.
kid.
Whose friend?
The skinny black dude who like never talked, but when he would get drunk, he would fucking like he would be hilarious. He would just like be like he would say random shit like Jesus walks with me when he would shoot for play beer pong. He was somebody that I think Eric knew from his school from he's like a nerdy dude, but he found my phone. So he came into I was like sleeping in my mom's bed. I think he came in, put the phone in there, and then came back and was like, "Hey man, I got to take off. I'm gonna take the bus." I was like, "Okay." Left, and I guess he left at like 6 a.m. because I think Dan Warren saw him at the bus stop at like 6 a.m. waiting to get picked up. And what?
This fucking dude, huh?
Oh, we've
Jesus
Oh, yeah,
fucking
we've
been
Christ.
saying his name. We've said his name about 15,000 times.
You can't say it.
And so he fucking waited for the bus. He cleaned the entire house. I woke up, the entire house was cleaned. I didn't have to clean anything. I didn't have to clean a fucking thing. Yeah, he cleaned up everything.
Wow.
Like he cleaned everything up from top to bottom, so I didn't have to clean shit. But what I was gonna say before about the cops called and talked to my mom and was talking to him like, yeah, your son's having a pretty big party here. Like basically like told her all this shit was going on. She didn't believe me that it was a cop. She thought it was. She was like,
thought
which one of
someone
your
playing a
friends?
prank.
Which one of your friends did you have pretend to be a cop on the phone? And I think one of my friends was like, that was me, and told her. And she like thought that was a cop,
Right.
not a cop for years.
How
yeah.
did she find out that it was,
I finally
that it was
told
an
her.
actual
You
party?
told her?
I finally told her.
You told her that?
Yeah.
There was no one that actually came in and like snitched on you?
No, I finally told
Good.
her
That's a good thing.
because she didn't believe it for.
Definitely. Definitely. I definitely want to have a future podcast where we have like talk something like, serious, and so I can really like open up on this podcast.
Well, if you want, we can try to do. You have to call in though.
Yeah, I could
just
call
call
in, do something cool
I
like
have
that.
to use Jay's phone.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I have a microphone.
I have
I
a
can
nice
send a
phone.
cheap microphone. I can send you, but
Yeah,
that I
that'd
don't
be cool.
use. But
we could do we could Skype.
you could probably just do it from Skype, yeah, because that's what I usually use.
I'd have to get a laptop.
No, you can do it from your phone. All right, well that's it for fucking
Yeah.
Choice Thugs Only for this week. Thanks
Good
for
night.
fucking hanging out to
Thanks, guys.
And this podcast was brought to you by Dan Morin.
Are there any hot girls on this? If there's any hot girls on this podcast, I'm single.
I don't think that any females listen to this
I will
podcast.
say hi to my brother.
If they do, shout out. But
Hey, Daniel.
Well, my cousin does. Yeah, my cousin does. All right.
No, I don't want
fucking
any of
later.
Christina's friends.
All right, later.
Thanks, bye.